Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is going on, everybody? Okay, yesterday we just wrapped up the first annual 50 Legs Benefit Tournament. Let me tell you something. What a huge success. I got a phone call last night with the final numbers from this year's event. We raised for 50 Legs over $3,000, but that's not even half of it. They also received a phone call from someone that wanted to remain nameless that whatever we made for this first event, they are going to match that number. Yeah, they're going to match whatever we raised for this first event. So whoever that individual was, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super, super awesome. Okay, real quick, I want to give a shout out to all my sponsors that help support me on and off the water. Bruiser Bait, Flat Out Tungsten, Bass Addiction Gear, Power Core Custom Rods, Power Pole, Bob's Machine Shop, Coolest Signs, and Crawdog Custom Jigs. Now, I also want to give a special thanks to, once again, Bruiser Bait, Flat Out Tungsten, Bass Addiction Gear, Power Pole, Bob's Machine Shop, along with Lake Placid Freshwater Charter and Guide, Earl Carswell, and Proline Baits. They helped with this year's raffle by sending us product. So once again, guys, thank you. The raffle was a huge success as well. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. 50 Legs, you rock. Can't wait to get out and do it again next year and kind of build on what we started for this first annual event. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you're able to watch it all the way through to the finish. Again, guys, tight lines. Can't wait to see you on the water. I can't wait to get back next year for the second annual 50 Legs Benefit Tournament. Enjoy. What's up, guys? Well, tomorrow we have the 50 Legs Benefit Tournament out of Dayton on Lake Chickamauga, and I have this Bruiser Bait Dream Machine loaded for bear. Yeah, I'm going to be probably leaving the house about 4:15, and I'm not too familiar with the Dayton, that end of the lake. I haven't fished the Dayton end of the lake that much, so I don't know what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to drop the trolling motor, see an area that looks fishy, and probably just start fishing. Like I say, I haven't spent that much time up on that side of the lake at all, so we're just going to have fun tomorrow. I can't promise that we're going to catch anything, but I guarantee we're going to have some fun. I'm actually fishing. I got paired up, a good buddy of mine up here, Colin Burnett. I'm fishing with Steve Burnett, Colin's dad. So we had to have a blast. This is actually a pre-log to the tournament footage. We're going to be filming during the tournament tomorrow. So, and again, I don't know if we're going to catch anything, but at least we'll have some good scenery on camera anyway for you, and hopefully we'll catch a few to go with it. So, anyway, we're excited about that. But all right, here's the thing. You can see I'm sporting a different jersey. A lot of you's probably seen this jersey before. Some of you probably hasn't. I'm taking my Tuscarora Pro Lures jersey out of retirement for this tournament. I was trying to think of some way to do something in memory of the late great Jack Huggins and my good dear friend Earl Carswell and Tuscarora Lures, or Tuscarora Pro Lures. They're actually my first true bait sponsor way back in the day. And, I credit Earl, Jack, Tuscarora Pro Lures for really steering me in the right direction for, trying to live out this dream I have that, of being a fisherman, a full-time fisherman. So anyway, they were so crucial to my, getting started and kind of showing me how to present myself, helping me with my networking, the whole 9 yards. So, I owe a lot of this to Tuscarora Pro Lures, Earl, and again, the late Jack Huggins. Real quick, I'll give you a little backstory on Tuscarora Pro Lures. Now, Jan Huggins and Sharon Carswell, Jack and Earl's wives, were actually the ones that introduced Jack and Earl together. They were introduced by their wives, and they became the best friends. And not only best friends, but they started fishing tournaments together, became tournament partners as well. Both of them always had a dream to be able to build their own baits. So once they started fishing tournaments together, they kind of came up with the idea to start building baits in the garage, just kind of to support their own tournament habits, so they could use themselves. So they started building baits in the garage, and they started winning tournaments with their own baits. So before they know it, everybody they're fishing against, all their competitors, is wanting some of their baits that they're building. So, pretty soon, Tuscarora Pro Lures was formed and became a company. So, and that's kind of how it was started, just two best friends building baits in the garage to support their own fishing habits. So anyway, they started building baits in the garage, and it just grew. Now, a little bit about the late Jack Huggins. Jack was a great man, a great man. Loved the man to death, and my time knowing him was way too short. Of course, Jack passed away kind of unexpectedly. But anyway, Jack had a couple of different nicknames. One was storyteller. Jack had a knack for really telling every one of Jack's stories was always a true story, but he had a kind of a way of adding some spice to the stories to make it hysterical. And by the end of the story, you would be laughing. You wouldn't be able to breathe. You'd be laughing so hard. So, storyteller. And his other nickname was Trader Jack. And Jack had told me that he had owned a couple gas stations back in the day, and sometimes customers would come in and didn't have the money to pay for the gas, so Jack would, see what they had to trade for, filling their vehicles up with gas, and typically what they traded wasn't quite worth what the gas that he gave them. But that's how Jack was. That's the kind of man he was. But as you can see on my sleeve right there, Trader Jack right on the sleeve. But anyway, Trader Jack, Tuscaroran Pro Lures, the word Tuscaroran was derived from, is basically Jack was Indian. I'm not sure exactly what percentage, but Jack had a high percentage of Indian. And Tuscaroran was derived from, was actually the name of the tribe that Jack, what was associated with. So that's where Tuscaroran came in. But anyway, and Mr. Earl Carswell, great man. I still talk to Earl quite often. But anyway, that's a little bit of a backstory on Tuscaroran Pro Lures. And another thing I want to show you real quick. This here, we were at ICAST right after I met Earl and Jack. And we're at ICAST, and Jack had a bunch of the pros sign his hat. And before we left ICAST that year, he actually had me sign the hat. And as you can see, that's Jack's name on the back of it. But anyway, me and Tanya rode down to their warehouse in Fort Lauderdale or Davie to visit them at the warehouse, and for me to get a tour of it, the whole 9 yards. And before we were leaving, Jack stopped, and he stopped my wife actually, and handed this to my wife and says, "Here, Tanya, I want you to have this." So he gave my wife his hat. And before we left, Jack signed it, and Earl signed it as well. So anyway, this is Jack's hat, and we cherish this hat, and my wife loves it. My wife has it. My wife keeps this in her shelf in the bedroom on one of the shelves where she has a bunch of her knickknacks displayed. So anyway, Mr. Jack's hat. But anyway, alright guys, we're going to cut this now. I can't wait till tomorrow. We're going to be leaving about 4:15. I can't wait to hit the lake and start trying to catch some fish tomorrow. I hope y'all enjoy the video. Like I said, I can't promise how many fish we're going to catch, what we're going to catch, or if we're going to catch any fish, but I guarantee we're going to have fun. And yeah, worst case scenario is y'all will see some cool sights on Lake Chickamauga down towards the Dayton area, and hopefully we could catch a couple fish as well. So, guys, can't wait to see y'all tomorrow. We'll see you in the morning.
Got 3 or 0?
0.
Normal. That's the same thing I told him. I said normal.
Alright, there's still plenty of time. The day's still young.
There is. Did you see anything on that point?
Huh?
Did you mark anything on that point?
Yeah, a little bit. There's a
A little chilly out, buddy.
fish down there. But they don't want to eat.
Right.
I was hoping you had some good camera footage for me.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Pull them on in there.
Hopefully, maybe.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm rolling, baby. I'm ready.
Well, I'm fixing to stretch out.
So cold. Running one of these rich people's house. Not feeling
You know what kind of water we're in, Norman?
Right here, we're in about 15th, that pole.
Yeah, on the other side of the camera. I mean, I know y'all can find a hotel that I can stay in. This is the guy that I was telling you about that
you, Steve.
Okay. We're good. You ever heard of like a sea channel? He's got a TV series on it. Hey Norman.
Yeah.
What's y'all's TV series called?
Craw Dog Outdoors.
Craw Dog Outdoors. Did you know you left your cover on your pole?
Yeah, the knuckles broke on that pole,
Oh, okay.
so I don't want it to break all the way and drop all the way down.
I got you.
I broke the knuckle yesterday.
What,
Or the
I'm
day
gonna
before
kinda get
yesterday.
away from you a little bit.
Huh?
Could you give me a cast about right in front of that?
Yeah, sure.
I'm recording. Can you get closer next time, please?
You're a little bit too close for me to cast. You want me to flip towards you?
Oh, here. Come up right here.
Me either with you that close.
I don't believe it.
Ready?
Hold on one second.
Norman, I told them that if they done that you could put it right there close to it, and then when you done it, they...
Made a believer out of me.
Yeah, you're a little bit too close for me to cast it now.
Yeah.
You get off about,
Well, here now.
you get off about 40
Just
feet. I
cast
can
it in
cast
that area right now.
Huh?
Just cast it in that area, then I can cut the shot.
Or just cast it. He wants
Yeah,
to
just
just cast it out.
Oh, cast it
Yeah,
that way?
yeah, just one cast in the same way you just did towards me.
That way,
Just
like
cast it
that.
that way a little bit, yeah. No, same pole, everything.
Same hole?
Yeah, I'm continuity. I want to get it like the wide shot and then the close up.
Or you want me to flip it like that?
Yeah, just flip it out that way, just the same way you just did it when you got so close to me. That's good. Or you can just do another cast. You can do a regular cast.
Little cast?
Yeah.
Out that
I'll
way?
cut them together. I'll cut them together and make it look good.
Out that way?
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Now watch him. He brings in a tank. He's going to be like, "Man, we should be fishing out here now."
Of that dock.
I started trying to go that direction, of course, it's just too stiff.
Brother
Yeah.
Wayne,
There's
breathe.
no way, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Dad, you staying warm?
Oh Lord, yes. I ain't gonna get cold, you know that.
Just took your jacket off.
That's when it gets cold.
I was wondering, thought it'd be cool like this last time. We could have been out like a big, and then as everybody's kind of hammering
Well, I guess we'll kind of do a midday update, being that I could actually talk right now without the wind. We pulled up into an area that's a little bit calmer. The wind is just kicking our tails out on the main river channel. And I couldn't talk because you couldn't hear me anyway over the wind. There'd be so much wind in that microphone that now we're in an area where I could actually talk a little bit. But to kind of put a cap on what today's been like so far, tough. We got probably about an hour left to fish, and we're probably about 8 miles from where the launch point is. So we'll give it our all for another hour and see what happens. But you bet your bottom dollar we fished our tails off. Just the fish don't want to cooperate with us. But anyway, it's all good though. We're having fun. Steve, you having fun back there?
Lord, yeah. I know I'll sleep good tonight.
Yeah, that's a fact. When we get in and we're all beat red, it's not sunburn, it's actually windburn. That wind's blowing probably about 30 out on the river channel. We've been fishing in it pretty much all day. And it seems like everywhere I want to go, there's a boat sitting on it. So it's all good though. That's par for the course, part of fishing. Talk a little bit about Tuscarora Pro Lures. They were actually one of the first companies, or one of the first to start building really large soft plastics. You know, when I say really large soft plastics, 12 inches and longer. And with the help of South Florida icon and Everglades legend John Pate. John Pate was actually one of our senior pro staffers when I was on the Tuscarora Pro Lures team. John Pate was there from day one, and they used to make John Pate he knew down there what them big bass like to eat. There's a lot of eels, there's a lot of snakes that they eat, eels. You know, and 14, 15, 16-inch worms mimic an eel or a snake really well. And as a matter of fact, they, at the time, now I'm not sure if somebody makes them as long or longer now, but they had the longest trick worm on the market. It was a 16-inch, they called it the thunder stick, but it was a 16-inch trick worm. Let me tell you something, that thing was insane. I used to Carolina rig it on Placid, and I've caught 2 double-digit fish with the thunder stick. It was a 16-inch trick worm basically, but it was massive. But you could swim it, you could cast it weightless with the weight, it didn't matter. But when you swam it through the water in shallow
water and just slow rolled it, that thing mimicked an eel to the T. Come on, fish. Where's the fish at, Steve? You gotta call him, right? My mate's going.
You know, I think it has to do with the NCAA March Madness.
Is that what it is?
I think they're all...
Is that what it is? All right. Oh. Uh-huh. That's all she wrote. Can't say we didn't fish hard, right?
That's a fact. Like I said, I'll sleep very good.
Head back in and see how bad we got our butts kicked. That's not good. That could have been bad in the tight spot. I would have done that. That's what they have kill switches
There was a group of boys, and y'all are look alike. At 3:45 this morning, they were trying to find out.
15, 35. 15, 35.
Last one to be right here in this camera.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for having us out here, man. We really appreciate it. I've been doing this for 10 years, and we've helped 600 something people. Some of the Boston Violence Fighters. Charity's getting real big. We're shooting a reality show. That's what this stuff's here for, called Standing Strong. So it just shows what we do. People like these guys that you see here, the biker guys. I met these guys when I came down here to remodel POA, Tennessee, and I see this big guy loading drywall. I'm like, dude, who makes that leg? It sucks. Come to us, we'll get you a better leg. And it's just like a big family now. But I thank you guys so much, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. We appreciate all you guys. You know, and you guys, Scott, and these guys just did so much, so quick for this. And then, you know, I just appreciate it. I know it's cold out there. I love seeing these young kids, man. Great job. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. It means a lot to us.
Hey, Steve, I told him, I said, it'll only cost you a fishing trip.
Alright guys, that's a wrap, man. That was fun, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That was a blast. 50 legs benefit tournament, and we had fun. You know, the fishing was tough for us anyway. What ended up?
Almost 16 pounds.
16.
Almost 16 pounds. Somebody had a 5.5 pound smallmouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ron Bogan.
Ron Berger.
Yeah, it was 578.
Yeah, Ron Berger he's the one that does the Facebook Live with Jackson.
He does.
Yeah, I seen a couple of his Facebook Lives for Jack's Bait Captain. He does an awesome job.
And he's very knowledgeable about it, too. So.
Awesome. Well, it was a fun day, man.
Great turnout.
Great turnout. The raffle went good. Real quick, I didn't get a chance. It got crazy there during the raffle. I didn't get a chance to get any pictures or any of the raffle prizes being handed out. But everybody that donated to the raffle, you know, I want to thank you guys. I know Colin and Scott, but the guys that I actually sent me raffle prizes, Bruiser Bait, Earl, thank you Earl Carswell, Lake Placid Freshwater Charter, and Wayne Proline Baits. Who else we got? Power Pole, thanks guys. Kurt Hill, thanks Power Pole. And Bob's Machine Shop.
And the guys that sent the scent over.
That's Proline.
Yeah,
Okay.
Proline Baits. And again, Bruiser Baits, thanks guys. We really appreciate it. But Colin and Scott, man, and these guys right here, Colin really took the bull by the horns with this tournament and done an outstanding job. I called Colin yesterday, and yesterday alone, Colin logged over 300 miles of travel time with you guys with the truck, just picking up raffle prizes and stuff like that. So
9 o'clock at night last
man.
night.
Great job.
We're still picking up prizes and still didn't get to everybody that said they was going to donate. We didn't have enough time.
Oh wow, wow. And Scott, man.
Yes, sir.
Great job.
Hey,
great job.
Hopefully we'll see you back next year.
We'll
same time, same channel.
We'll definitely be back. Same back time, same back channel. And Steve, pleasure fishing with you today, having you on the boat. And we didn't catch a lot of fish, but hey, we had a blast. We had some fun. Told some stories. We tell some fish stories.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Who don't?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, if you're a fisherman, you tell stories a time or two. And, there's nothing wrong with that. But guys, we're going to end it right here. Great job, guys. And 50 Lakes Benefit Tournament. And can't wait to come back next year. And this is the first annual. And they're going to make this an annual event. So look forward again next year, the second annual.
The people at 50 Legs and POA were excited about it. So that's a good thing.
Exactly.
So, the Chattanooga area did a heck of a job of stepping up and helping with like all the places that you mentioned that helped out. But they were totally impressed with the support that they were getting from the area, and all of that staying in the area. Is the big thing.
Yeah.
So and they're excited about next year already.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, guys, appreciate it. And
Thank you, Norman.
I'm going to head. I got about an hour drive before I head home, and I just talked to my wife, and she told me call her as soon as I hit the road, and she has some vittles on the stove for me. So
Heck yeah.
I'm starving, but guys.
So we know where we're eating.
Right.
Okay, yeah, right. Let's all head to the house.
Mom, she's going to have company.
Yeah.
Yep. But anyway, guys, thank you, and we'll catch y'all on the flip side. Tight lines.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Thank you.
Scott.
Yes,
Good
sir.
job. All right, thanks for having me. Camera wasn't rolling. We gotta do it again. No, I'm just kidding.